Okay, so Monica, Shaurya, I think you are already aware, and Shivaji. So basically, I'm having around 10 years of experience in Dynamics CX. Okay, from the last 5 years, I'm giving training on Microsoft Dynamics Finance and Operation. Okay, and apart from this, I'm having a good experience on integration part. So I will teach you how you can do integration because integration is very important in Dynamics 365 financial operation. Because what happened like Dynamics 365 is like we need to do development everything in Dynamics 365. Now what other parties required, they want to do integration. So first of all, let me show you the syllabus, what syllabus we have. So this is the whole syllabus. I think a lot of people's can they know about the syllabus, and if someone doesn't know the syllabus they can see like I'm going to teach you the whole introduction, architecture, comparison of old versions and the new versions, introduction to Azure, three-tier architecture. Okay, so these are the things, uh, entire architecture, these are the things basically applicable for security purpose. uh Sravati, I think you are aware about the architecture, why we
No,
create three-tier architecture and entire architecture.
no, I don't have any idea about it, too.
Okay. So basically, this is applicable for security purpose. So in depth, I will teach you. And here we have a licensing model. Licensing model basically applicable when you want to buy an environment. Then you need to buy a license from the Microsoft. Okay. So I will teach you how you can buy and all. Now the come to the main part, Application Explorer. Application Explorer is nothing AOT. So as I told you, so in Dynamics AX, what is the first thing? As I explained you, first of all, you must have Visual Studio. So I will tell you how you can create the environment. All the steps I will provide you. And here we will provide you environment for 1 year. Okay. And it's a virtual machine. And the thing is, for the environment, you must have 16 GB RAM, 16 GB RAM, and 256 SSD. Okay. After this, if you have good configuration laptop, I will provide you, I will send you some files. Okay. I'll send you one URL. From the URL, you can download all the files and then you can install the virtual machine in your local system. Okay. And here the validity is up to 1 year. Okay. Next thing is this is one of the option to install the environment. And second option basically applicable for the Azure. Azure means it's a cloud hosted. So cloud hosted means all the functionality will work. In this virtual machine, we can't execute all functionality. Okay. So like if I want to do integration with the other system, it's not possible. So what happened? We required cloud hosted. Cloud hosted basically generally provided by the client only. And what we need to do, what they need to do basically, it is a chargeable, and the charges is something like pay as you go. Okay. If you are using for one hour, MS will deduct 1 hour charges. So something like that. Okay. So I suggest you, like you are in the initial phase, you can download. You must have this configuration of laptop. We will provide you the whole files. Those files you can download and then you will get this environment. So let me show you the front end of Dynamics 6, how the front end looks.
So, what files you will be sharing with us, Anand? You said just now that you will be sharing a file for us to install. What we need to install?
Yeah. So the whole environment. So you can see here, there's a window. In this window, you can see everything. So in Dynamics AX, let me show you a lot of things required.
Okay.
So first of all, you can see Visual Studio. Okay,
Okay.
this is applicable for all. Okay, I think you guys are not having information how Visual Studio work, and so basically we require three things. Why Dynamics AX is a three-tier architecture. Okay, so first thing is we have Visual Studio,
Mm-hmm.
we have a database. Here, which database we are using? We are using only SQL Server. Okay, you don't need to install SQL Server. Everything will be installed by the Microsoft.
Okay.
Okay, okay. Second thing is Visual Studio. Okay, basically this is a IDE, meaning to say it's an environment. It is an environment which provide a developer to write down the code. Okay, so whatever the code we are writing, code, whatever the object, like
So
object
they will
means it can
code
it can be a table. Yeah, code means classes.
Yeah, they will build the code or write the code, what it is
Yes,
exactly.
we will write down the
Mm-hmm.
code in Visual Studio. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So whatever the object we are creating, it can be a table, it can be a form. So the whole syllabus you can see. Uh, so here you can see these all are nothing. These all are object. Data types, primitive data types, base enum, table, view, query, data entity. Okay. Data entity applicable for data management framework. So I will tell you what is data management framework in that. Then we have a composite entity, map, table collection, oops concept, classes, runnable classes, run-based batch job. Run-based batch job is something like we will execute a job periodically, like every morning 5 o'clock. I want to update some records. So what I can do, I will create a run-based batch job and then uh, automatically by system itself, every 5 o'clock in the morning, it will execute the job. Then we have the forms. I'll show you some of the form and what are the form patterns. I'm going to teach you like there are seven form patterns I will teach you in our whole training, like simple list. I will show you first. Let it open the front end. Okay. So this is about the object. So in Visual Studio, what we will do, basically it is applicable for developer. Okay, this is only applicable for developer. If you are a functional consultant, you don't need to touch Visual Studio. But if you want to become a technical developer, then you must understand only Visual Studio. Okay. Third part is interface, user interface. User interface, what is user interface? You can see now what happened, why that we require Dynamics 365 financial operation. Okay, let's suppose I have a HRM module. HRM is human resource management. Okay, now in this module, I may require some form like I have employee form, I have other forms like I want to generate a report for employee, generate report for all employee. Okay, so basically HRM applicable for all the companies. Okay, I am telling you why Microsoft created Dynamics 365. Okay, so here what is the reason? It provides common solution for all the companies. It is a common solution for all countries, companies, and client. Okay, so when the solution is common, what we use a enterprise ERP. Okay, enterprise resource planning. So what happened here? Microsoft created one solution so everyone can use. So what is that solution? They created one module, HRM, in the HRM, they created employee form, they created some set of forms. Okay, they created we may have master data, we may have some master data. So everything they created in HRM. Okay, so as a if you go with the high level designing, what they did, they created a whole module HRM. Now in this HRM, all functionality related to human resource management will be available in this module. You don't need to touch anything. Okay. Now there is a client. So that is so what Microsoft created, they created one standard framework. Standard framework. Now let's suppose you open a new company. Okay, definitely you are going to hire some employee. So what you need to do, you require HRM functionality in your local system. Okay, so what you will do, you will buy Dynamics AX with the Microsoft. Microsoft will tell you we have all the functionality available related to human resource management. Now you just need to pay some amount to Microsoft. They will provide you whole Dynamics AX, and then you can implement your solution into your local system. Okay, that is something about human resource management. Now let me show you the front end, which is called user interface. What user can see only the user interface. Okay, so I can say this part, these two parts applicable only for developer, and this part user interface applicable only for client or user or end user. Okay,
Okay.
now let me show you how the front end looks. Okay, now why dynamics, what is, let me teach you about the uh, difference between older version and new version. So Dynamics AX, like what happened, it started from 2004. Okay, I don't know exact year, might be 1999 or 2004. So they released first version, which is called AX 2004. Then we will be having AX 2009. This is in 2009 they create a new version which is called AX 2009. Then AX in 2012, they created a new version 2012. Okay. All these three versions, it was not supported browser. Okay. Meaning to say, we need to, if I want to access Dynamics AX, what I need to do, I need to install the software in my local system. Then only client can access the whole Dynamics AX. Okay. Now, Microsoft, what they did, they create a new version which is called Dynamics 365 Finance and Operation. Okay, and it is a cloud-based environment. And the main thing is it is web-based environment. Web-based means you don't need to install anything in your local system. This is the biggest benefit for Dynamics 365 Finance and Operation. You can access all the modules, like whatever the modules you require. You may require human resource management, you may require production control, you may require product information management. Okay, you may require other modules like account receivable module. Okay, you may require journal ledger. I will show you all the modules available. Okay, so everything you can access from the web-based environment. Now let's open the web-based environment.
One question here, Anand. So,
Yes.
I just want to understand. So, what's the purpose here? Let's say we have a Workday. Workday is an application used by human resources. I mean, HRM, right? So that's the application what they use. Do we build as a developer, as a 365 FNO developer? Do we build that or support it
Yeah.
to
I think
how?
you have a good question. Now, what happened in Dynamics 365? Okay, so this is the whole module created by whom? MS created all these modules. Now, why we require Dynamics 365? Now, client, they are using human resource management. Okay, now my client is having some query. I don't want employee data, or I want to add some extra field in the employee table. I have employee table. Okay, by standard. Standard means by Microsoft, they created 100 fields. Okay, you have a client, let's suppose any company, you can take PwC. Okay, PwC is using this employee table. They are using 100 fields as of now. Now they want to add some extra field. They told like I required 5 extra field. So what they need to do, they will contact a developer. Okay, what developer will do? Developer will create extra file field. Okay. So what developer will do? Developer will create all the extra field, file field. So let me teach you a small example. I think everyone know about the Word. Okay. So Word is what is Word? Word is a product developed by Microsoft. Okay. Here you can see I click on when I click on the blank document, it is showing empty page. Now I have a client. Okay. Let's suppose PwC. Okay, PwC told me whenever any of my customer open click on the blank page, always my tab will display.
Okay.
Whenever I open, whenever I click blank page, it should display my name, PwC. Okay, currently it's empty. So this is something like requirement. This is something like requirement from client. Meaning what we say this is a customization. Customization. Okay. So basically what we are doing, we have a standard framework. Here you can see everything is common. If you install Word, everything is common, and this is applicable for all the country. This is applicable for all the company. This is applicable for each client. Okay. This is what is this? This is a whole framework developed by Microsoft, and it's a totally standard framework. Now, let's suppose I am the client. I have a requirement. Always it should display my company name. So that is something called customization. So as a developer, now what I will do, I will contact developer who is having a knowledge on Word. I'm giving a small example. I will contact a developer who is having a technical knowledge on Word pages, Word, Word software. Okay. Now what he will do, he will write down some code, or he will write down whatever the code, whatever the object he want to create, he will create object, and then automatically the all the result will display. So that is something like the same thing implement for Dynamics Switch for financial operation. Already Microsoft created all these modules. Okay. I have all modules like modules related to production company, like what are in our whole world, what are the kind of company we may have. We may have manufacturing company, we may have production control, we may have product information management, we may have inventory management, we may have transportation management, we may have account receivable area, account payable area, general ledger, cost management, asset ledger, anything, whatever is there in the whole world, everything created by Microsoft in a single area, which is called Dynamics 365 Finance and Operation. Are you getting my point, everyone? Shreya, Monica, Shravati, any question to here?
No, it's clear, Anand. So the Microsoft 365 platform, it's a business solution wherein it provides a platform with a standard framework, and companies will customize it. There where they need the developer, they will hire developer to, to work on this Dynamic 365 and make the customization for them.
Correct, correct.
Okay. And only it supports Azure or any other cloud platforms?
Anand, you are in mute.
No, who's Anand? If you're talking to us, you're on mute. Yeah. Anand, you're in mute.
Oh, sorry, sorry. Okay, so I will share you one of the link. Okay, this is applicable for all of you. Okay, you can access this link, and what in this link we have whole Dynamics AX, and this is applicable only for 2 hours. Okay, this is only for your demo purpose or for your trial purpose. You can click on this sign in option. Okay, so this is something like whole user interface, financial operation Dynamics 365. Okay, this is the home page. Here you can see USMF company. I will teach you what is this USMF. Basically, it is a multi-company environment. So we may have multiple company. Let me give you what is this multiple company. Let's suppose there is a company called Reliance. So in Reliance, we may have multiple company. I may have footwear. I may have grocery. Okay. I may have some like apparel. Okay, so I have three types of company in a single group. Group means it's a group Reliance, but under Reliance, I may have different kind of areas like footwear, grocery, apparel. So these are nothing, these are company. So what Reliance created for this, they will provide one particular name, FW. For this, they will provide GR. Or for this apparel, they provide a naming as a AP. So what are these three things? These three things are nothing. These are companies. Okay. So these company we store in our Dynamics AX in this way. Here you can see I may have USMF, I may have INMF, multiple companies are there. So I can say in a whole group, I will be having these number of companies.
So these
Now
companies
let
included or are they default in the console?
sorry, no, you can create. You can
So
create
those are
your
the ones which you
it's
created, right?
dynamic. Okay, it's dynamic. You can create n number of company. Okay, it's not very specific. Only one or two company you can create. You can create n number of companies. So I told you it's a group. In the whole group, you may have any number of companies.
No, no. What I'm
And
asking, the USMF, it's a default one or you created, Anand?
no. Actually, this is a demo data.
Okay. That I mean,
Okay.
for demo purpose, you created it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I didn't create this data. It's a database. By default, Microsoft import this data
Okay.
for your demo purpose, for your trial version purpose. Okay. Here, how they insert, like they insert a company country wise. So USMF basically applicable for US.
Okay.
Okay. You can see TH applicable for Thailand. Okay. So it's like country wise. Okay. For India, we may have INMF. Okay. So something like that. And you can see there is a company DAT. DAT is common. It's common for all. Okay. Basically, it's a blank data. There is no data in DAT company. Okay, now let's go to the module part. Now I want to see like as if you open our Microsoft. So in our Microsoft, I can see multiple things. I may have Word, I may have Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, OneNote, like multiple product are there. So in the same way, in Dynamics AX, I may have multiple modules. Here you can see all the modules: account payable, account receivable, asset management, budgeting, cash bank management, consolidation, credit and collection. Okay. So it's like a area, which area you want to choose: supply chain management, production control, inventory management, transportation management, finance and accounting management, which area you want to work. Okay. Expense management, general ledger, human resource, master planning, payroll, procurement and sourcing. This is something like functionally. Okay. So we are having many modules: sales and marketing, retail side. If you want to work on retail side, you can work on retail side. Okay, so it's a whole framework which consists all the module, warehouse management available. Okay, so this is something like front end. Here, let me, as a technically, what you need to do. I choose any module. I don't care about the module. Okay, as a technical developer, I just need to create forms. I just need to create table. I just need to create a logic. Here, if I click on the all vendor, what it will do, it will display all the vendors. Now, what it will do, it will open a form and it display all the vendor. Okay. So what, as a technical developer, what you need to do to achieve this? First of all, you need to understand data type. You need to understand what are table. You need to understand what are forms. Okay. As a technical developer, you must have the knowledge of these three things. Like you can see in this form, I have multiple columns. I have a vendor account, account number, second column name, third column hold, fourth column phone number, fifth column, let's suppose address. Okay. So what I can say, these are nothing. It's a table. Account number meaning it is an integer or string. Name always string. I think these are the basic thing you are having a good knowledge on this. Hold means I may have two things, yes or no. Okay. Whenever I have two options, meaning this is not a EDT, it's a enum. I will teach you what are enum. Okay. You can go through the recording. Then phone number you can see I may have integer. Then address is something like string following.
I mean,
So
in hold, why you were mentioning that enum part there? I mean,
correct.
what,
Here
how?
I have two things. I have two things, either yes or no.
Okay, wherever it says yes or no, then if
Correct.
or that or this or that,
Whenever,
then
yes,
okay.
whenever you require any fixed number of values drop down, in that case, you need enum. Let's suppose I have a column as a status. Status means I may have three status: pending, error, or completed. So in this scenario, what I will do, I will create a enum. This is a perfect example for enum. Okay, let me open this. Let me click on this record. Here, I want to find out what is enum and which one is not enum. So you can see there is a drop down group. You can see here I may have multiple values. Okay. Now if I right click on this, I can click on the view detail. View detail means it will go with the master form.
Okay.
Master form means these values are dynamic. I can add any number of groups. It's not bounded. Okay, I can create any number of groups. So when the data is bounded, meaning I require only three values, I require only one value. Let's see this one, ABC code. So in case of ABC, if I right click, I cannot see view detail. I can see only four values are there. None, A, B, C. So in this case, what is the as a technically what happened? It created a enum. It followed the enum. Okay. As such, we don't have any master form for this particular column. You can see here collaboration activation. I have three values: not active, active, not active, active. And there is three. There is third value also available. So in this case, what we have enum. So only that is this is a small difference. Okay.
Okay. And integer and string means it's like if it is alphabets, we are using that.
Alphabetically means string and integer is just a number.
Okay. If it is numeric, then it's an integer, we call it as.
Correct.
So in real world, also in real projects, when we are working as a developer in the company, so it's the same thing what we use again there. We'll
Correct.
collect the requirements and we will frame it. We'll compare that with this. Okay,
Yes.
got it.
Okay. So if now I think you are aware about so in our Dynamics AX, let me show you first of all the primitive data types. What primitive means what are the data types Dynamics support? Click on view.
How to
I
install
will,
this Visual Studio, Anand?
as I told you before, you don't need to install anything. Everything
Oh,
installed already. You just need to open Visual
no, no.
Studio.
In our, I mean, for our practice purpose, in case if now in our laptop we need to install, then how?
You can't install as of now. As of now, I can only provide you one URL. Okay. So from the URL, you can access Visual Studio. And if you want to install, as I told you, you must have good configuration laptop. So after that, we will provide you some file. Those file you can import into your system. You can download all the file. It may have 100 GB of files. Okay.
Oh,
Those files you need to download. It will take 2 or 3 days to install the software.
no.
Okay. It will take 2 or 3 days. You need to download 100 GB files.
Okay.
Okay. Then only you can install whole Dynamics AX in your local system. But for a temporary purpose, I will provide you one link. That link you can access and you can access all the things like you want to open user interface, you want to open SQL Server, you want to open Visual Studio.
Got it. Thank
Okay. Now let's open.
Anand, sorry for the interrupt. So can you close the right side, which is so showing the right side?
You mean to say this part?
Yes, just drag it. Just drag it little more.
No, no, you can't drag it. Maximum. This is maximum currently.
you. No.
Okay, so you cannot close that. We can close, I think. Okay, so at least make it just a little zoom. It's, I can say it's very small, small letters.
No, actually, we don't have any option because what happened, like this is a lab.
No, control
Okay.
scroll up, control scroll up. It will maybe zoom.
Control product.
Scroll up, control and scroll up.
Scroll up from your mouse.
Uh-huh.
Hey, I'm doing, nothing happened.
Yeah, maybe that's the
Okay,
screen actually because you're sharing it. Okay.
No, nothing happened actually.
Yeah, yeah.
okay,
Because
then
you're
okay,
sharing
okay.
it, maybe because of that.
Then okay, okay, Anand. Then go ahead, please.
Okay. Okay. So first of all, so in Visual Studio, what is the main thing? Main thing is our AOT. If you click on this view option, Application Explorer. So Application Explorer is nothing. It is an application object tree. Application object tree means it's a AOT. It consists whatever the object I am going to create. Everything I can find out inside AOT. Okay. You don't need to find out any object any other place. You need to find out all the object under AOT. Okay. I'll put hold for 1 second. Can you just hold? Okay. So I'm available now. So anyone of you any question up to here?
Just want to know from where under view you opened this AOT? Or-
I have opened from here. When you open Visual Studio, now let me close the Visual Studio. So what is the first thing? Now how you understand Visual Studio in Visual Studio? Dynamics 365 is there or not? Let's suppose I open Visual Studio from the scratch level. You must use run as an administrator. Okay, otherwise some functionality will not work.
So we need admin credentials to log into Visual Studio.
You will be having by automatic. Okay?
Okay.
As such, you don't need to do. If you have the environment access, you are the administrator, and developer is always administrator. Okay, so when you open Visual Studio, make sure you must have Dynamics 365 options should be there on the top of the menu. Okay, I'll show you. If Dynamics 365 is not there, meaning you are not working on Dynamics 365.
I mean, Dynamics 365 will be integrated in Visual Studio automatically, or do we need to do something to get
You don't
that?
need you don't need to do anything.
Okay, it's
If you have the environment, automatically MS did everything. It's a common step for all.
okay.
Okay. So imagine like it's a Word, Excel. Like when you install the software, everything will come automatically. In the same way, it works here. Everything will come automatically. Once you install the software, you don't need to install anything separately. Everything is there inside the software. Okay. Now you can see here, make sure this option should be there. Extension.
Okay.
Okay. Extension meaning here we have Dynamics 365. This option should be there. If this option is not there, meaning you are not working on a Dynamics 365. If this option available, then only you can access AOT. Okay. AOT means application object. It's little bit slow today. Okay. So here you can see all the object. So first of all, let's go with the data types. So as I told you, how many data types we may have? We may have integer. Okay. What are the data types we may have? Integer, string or character both are same. Okay. In Dynamics AX. Real, we may store real value. We may store enum value. We may store date time, date with time. We may store date. Any other data type, if you can imagine.
What is the real value?
Real value, we may have decimal value also, 1.23. Okay. Then we sometimes we may store images also. So in case of
Boolean,
images, yeah, tell me. Correct. Boolean.
Boolean value.
Correct. Boolean. Okay. Sometimes we may store images also. In case of images, we have a blob. Okay. These are primitive data types. So basically in Dynamics AX, we can store these number of data. I think it covers everything. And there is one more which is called container. Container I will teach you later. Basically it applicable for array. It can be 1D or 2D. I'll teach you later what is container. Okay. Now I'll show you in Dynamics AX how I can see what are primitive data types. It's a very common interview question. Some of the people may ask you. So I have a table. I will open any table.
So we have default tables there, right? Can we create a new table of I mean,
See, this is the as I told you, EOT. Okay, inside EOT, you can see 10,000 objects are there. 10,000 or more than 10,000. Okay, these all objects developed by Microsoft. Okay, you need to focus on these standard object. What how we are creating standard in the same way you need to create your own object. Now, in your case, you may create table, you may create data type, any kind of object you can create.
okay.
Okay, so that is the thing I am going to cover in our whole training. How to develop table, how to develop view, how to create EDT, how to create enum, everything here inside the AOT, whatever you can see, it is a part of our training. Okay, so you can see if you click on the field, right click, new. So you can see here I have a list of data types. What kind of column I want to create. How many types of column I can create? String, integer, real, date, time, UTC date time, enum, container, GUID, integer 64. Integer 64 I'll tell you later. Basically, integer 64 applicable only for rec ID. Rec ID is something like when I have a table, I will be having one record ID. Okay. So for that purpose only, we have a special data type called rec ID in Dynamics AX. Any question up to here?
No.
Okay. Now further, so this is our primitive data types. Second thing, EDT. Okay. EDT is nothing. It is an extended version of primitive data types. It's the extended version of primitive data type. Okay. Third one is enum. Enum is totally different basically. Enum is applicable only for Boolean type. Like in case of Boolean, I may have yes or no. Okay. So let me show you some of the enum. You can see now go to data type section. Here I have the base enum. You can see ABC, non ABC. I'll teach you how we can create enum, and I will teach you like if I want to change label or something, how we can create. So as of now, what you can do, you can go through my recording. I have covered only EDT and enum. So I think this part you can cover with the videos. Any other question up to here?
No, Anand. And we already gone through that video, but it would be great if you can explain it again for us.
Yeah. So I will teach you now. So for today, so I think we will end up the session now because already 1 hour completed. So I think you are aware about the duration. Duration is 40 to 45 hours. Okay, and the timing remains same, 9 to 10. Okay, any other question related to Dynamics AX?
No, now just one question. Now you told that EDT is an extension of primitive data types. So the data types again, it will be again integer, string, character, everything, right? Just
Correct, correct.
it's okay.
So
We don't have.
EDT, I'll teach you in depth why we required EDT and all. Okay,
Mhm.
so it's a very, it will take some time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
today not possible. Okay,
Oh,
so what you can do, you can go through the recording or tomorrow we will cover EDT. Okay,
okay. And Anand, only this Microsoft Dynamics supports Azure Cloud Platform or any other cloud platforms too?
no, only Azure Cloud.
Okay, so it doesn't support AWS or GCP or any other, right?
No,
Okay.
it's applicable only for Azure.
Oh, perfect.
Monica and Shaurya, I think you are available on group, right? WhatsApp group?
Yeah, Anand.
Not available, Anand. Can you please
Yes,
add me?
yes.
I'll just ping you my number here in the chat.
No, I think you are available in group, right?
And someone from Visual Studio pinged me. I was not available. Only Visual Studio group. I mean, nothing related to this training. They are just sales for sales purpose. They're contacting me.
Okay, what's your number? Last four digit?
It's 220-228-7764
No,
USD.
I don't have this number.
I just pinged in the chat.
What you can do, you can send to Visualpath team. They will add you in the WhatsApp group. Okay.
Oh, sure. I'll do that then.
Samraj, any question?
Nothing, sir. So in this course, so today is my first day class attending now. So I haven't attended your previous days and previous day classes also. So is there is covering any integration also you are covering
Correct.
the
So we
syllabus?
will cover integration part. So integration as such, I cannot say lot of integration part we are covering because in case of integration, we have a separate trainer. So here what happened like integration, we have third party integration. Okay. So in case of third party integration, we can do with the Power Apps, we can do business apps, we can use Logic app. Okay. So these three things we can integrate. But in Dynamics CX, I will teach you how you can create services. Services means we will create one URL so other third party can access this URL and they can consume our services. So something like that we will do. We will create only two types of integration. One is REST API and second one is file-based system integration. So these two types of integration I will teach you. Okay.
Nice,
Okay,
nice. Okay, got it.
so how about integrations with Power Automate, Power Apps, Logic Apps, and dual writing?
Correct. So that's a different syllabus actually. Power apps and business apps. Okay.
Okay.
So that is not coming under Dynamics AX. I mean, in Dynamics 365 financial operation. So as per financial operation, I will teach you this whole syllabus which I have shared with you. I think already Visual Part team shared with you.
And Anand, I have one more doubt. So parallelly, we are, I mean, each one so developing any project, separate project in
Yes.
this.
So I will give you assignment based on object wise. If we are creating today table, I will give you an assignment. Okay, it's like daily basis or alternate days basis. Okay, accordingly you can develop and you can ask me further questions if you are having.
Okay, got it, got it. Okay. So while practicing, if we get any doubt on that means, so how
Correct.
frequently you are
So
available?
so I'm available always. Okay. So generally in our institute, we create a WhatsApp group. Okay. And I will try to reply as soon as possible. Okay. So you don't need to worry about replying my questions and answer. Okay. So that's not a big issue.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much. And then one more issue. So how long you are providing the support until get a job or so the only the duration 30 to 45 days. Only this
So
duration only you are providing to a
So,
support or
so basically for a duration, I'm available, always available. And after a duration also, if you have any question, you can directly contact with me. Okay. So you don't need to worry.
okay, 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 got it, got it.
So nowadays also like from other batches, people ask me questions like I want to develop this kind of functionality. So sometime I give the answer also. So that's not a problem. Okay.
Anand, I heard from one of my friends is already working as a developer, and what she said is, the more coding will be there. So will that be easy or how it works I mean,
See, see, as I told you like before, you are changing your career. Okay.
yes.
Now you are totally going on your development side. So development, I cannot say it's a very easy part. Okay. It's not something like you need to learn only two or three things. It's about your brain. Okay. How much you want to explore. Okay. Development is a thing which never ends. Okay. And for a particular solution, it's not only one approach you need to focus. For a particular solution, you may have five approaches.
That's
Okay.
what I mean. How hard it is what
So,
I mean.
correct. So let's suppose I want to create a program for to generate the prime number. So prime number, I may have separate logic. Monica may have separate logic. So it depends on person to person, how he is thinking. So it's totally programming language. So now this is up to you how far you can understand how is your programming. It depends on totally on that part only.
So what language we need for this? It's
Okay,
explicit.
so in case of financial operation, we have X++ language. Okay, it's a object-oriented programming language. And so generally, what do I expect? I expect you are having uh, ex experience or you are having knowledge on C language at least. Okay, so otherwise what happened? It's very difficult for me you to explain you what are data types, what are function, what are methods, what are variables, because these are the basic thing. You must have the knowledge. Okay, so like for the 1 year, 1 year or 6 months, you require to understand the whole concept, whole basic concept. But definitely once you have the understanding how what are data types, and how we need to write down the logics and all, then definitely your career is very good in Dynamics AX. And if you are having 10 years of experience, you may get a very nice opportunity in other countries as well. Okay, so that's all for today. Any other question from anyone? Samraj, Shaurya? Monica?
Yes, I have the last question from my end. So the thing is, if I enroll this, program, so how much I get a confidence from you? Like, okay, so once I completed this course, how much percentage I can get confident to give the interview?
Correct. So as per interview wise, I can say 80 to 90% you can crack the interview. Okay. And once you crack the interview, now you must have the live experience. That once you got selected, you will be having a live project and you can work on those live project. So 80 to 90% I can say like you definitely will be able to crack the interview.
Okay, okay.
So how much experience you are going to show?
So actually, already I have a 4 years experience in this IT, the function related, the support related. I have in dynamic with the finance and operation. I have 2 years of experience. So this thing and then that four also I
See,
have
if
to
you
show to them.
so if you have 2 years of experience, definitely you can crack any of the MNC. Okay.
No, the thing is, if I have already cracked the interview with Accenture. What happened, So after crack the interview, so what happened means, so they start assigning the task to me. But the thing is, MNC means they are fast tracking project. They have all our as a fast track project. So I'm not able to cope
So,
up with them.
so
So
they gave you some assignment and you are unable to complete it, right?
correct. So who
So
has actual
actually,
experience?
this thing not happen for all the company. Okay. Now with this our training, I will give you assignment daily basis, weekly basis, alternate days basis. So definitely you will be able to create forms, you will be able to create table, everything, and definitely you can crack the interview. Okay.
No, the thing is, once they are explaining to us means so that we need to follow them, right? So for that
Correct.
we need to follow functionality wise also. So otherwise we cannot do
No,
anything. My experience,
if you are applying for technical job, okay, functionally they will not ask you. They will tell you, okay, Samraj, this is the requirement I want to achieve. How you just need to create the object. That's it. Okay,
okay.
functionally they never expect from your side like they expect you don't have zero knowledge functionally. You don't know any of the module. You don't know how to create sales order. You don't know how to create a customer. They expect only you are having a coding language.
No, that I understand. So what I had experience though that I'm telling you. So once they are explaining to us, this is the like
So basically, Accenture, I cannot say it's applicable only for Accenture. If you go with other company, you may have good, you can crack the interview. You can try Robert Bosch. You can try. I mean, nowadays we all MNC are working on Dynamics CX. Like we have a TCS, Sonata Software is a very nice company. They interview with you like telephonic and maybe video call interview. Okay. So very
almost
few
like
company give task you. I think very, I mean, two or three companies are there. They give you some task and you need to develop like that.
okay.
Okay. So
Huh, that
you
I
don't need
understand. The
to, you
fast
don't
track
need
means
to worry about this part here. Like not all the company will ask you to write down the code and develop this functionality. Only few companies are there. They will ask you this thing. Like Accenture is there and Persistent is there. Some companies are there. I'm aware about that. Okay.
mhm. Okay. Okay. Got it. So that's all from my end, Anand. Thank you so much
So
for your time.
yeah. Okay. So any other question from Monica?
Yeah, Anand.
So you have the question, right? Like you want to understand how we can access the environment.
Yeah.
So I'll share you this URL. This is for everyone. You can access. I will share this URL over WhatsApp group also. Okay.
Okay.
Now I think you are having already credential. You can create any outlook.com, any ID you can create and just try to log in this environment. Okay. This is
Okay.
applicable for 2 hours.
Okay.
Okay, so that's all for today. So see you tomorrow.